What's up, guys? Today we got a TBM 850 flight into Anchorage. I thought I was going to use a jet for this flight, but it's only 326 nautical miles, so I didn't feel the jet was necessary. And this is still only about an hour and 15-minute flight, so we're going to depart Yakutat Airport. I believe that's how you pronounce that, Yakutat. And like I mentioned before, we're going to arrive at Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. And of course, Alaska. Our flight plan today is pretty simple, just like the last one. We're going to go to the Juliet Oscar Hotel VOR and then to the Yeska intersection, Yeska. This is going to be an IFR flight, actually, not in IFR conditions per se. But we're going to go on up to 20,000 feet in this thing. Takeoff will be at 700 horsepower, but shortly after takeoff, we'll engage 850 mode. So airplane's quite interesting, but more on that later. I'm going to be following a checklist for the start procedure, so it's going to be a full cold and dark start. Let's climb on in. Magically, instantaneously. We got in before the door even closed. Alright. So the first thing we want to do is make sure the normal mask microinverter is normal. And it is. Landing gear. Let's get rid of that for now. Landing gear levers in down position. Avionics master is in start. And it is. The ignition switch can be in auto, which it will be. Starter off. Source selector, remove that. We'll go battery. At this current stage, we want to do a pushback here. And listen to weather.
Papa Alpha Yankee Alpha automated weather observation 2215 Zulu. Wind 341 at 10. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition few clouds at 10,700. Temperature 10 Celsius. Dew point 0 Celsius. Altimeter 3027. Papa Alpha.
And request clearance.
129er Bravo X-ray. IFR to Anchorage. Ready to copy. November 129er Bravo X-ray is cleared. Anchorage Airport has filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Departure frequency is 119.0. Squawk 3164. Clearance void 30 minutes from now. November 129er Bravo X-ray. Cleared at Anchorage Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Departure is 119.0. Squawk 3164. Clearance void 30 minutes from now. 9er Bravo X-ray. Read that correct.
Alright, so we got our clearance. We'll get the engine started here. Alright. Fuel quantity. It's a lot harder to find it on this thing. Oh, right here. 151 pounds. Tank selector. We need to put in either left or right. We'd normally select the fullest tank, but they're both full, so. Fuel tank select switch auto. Alright. Turn on navigation lights because we're getting ready to start. Generator can come on. Okay. Increase propeller to full. And engage the starter here. Once we reach about 12%, we'll increase our mixture. Just like that. Get our bleed on. Turn the starter off now. Get some de-ice going. So, with this map here, I like to set it up a certain way. So if we click on menu, we'll see this come up. And if we click enter, use the big knob, then the little knob. I like to put track up. And then you can just hit clear too. Get rid of that. I also like to use the topo. Now you might be thinking that looks like poo. You'd be right. But with a little dimming action here, bringing it down, doesn't look quite as much like poo. Okay. Oh yeah, a new feature. Synthetic vision. Let's utilize that. See the 3D terrain now? Carenado released it a couple days ago, so. Alright, we need to get into traffic here.
Papa Alpha Yankee Alpha traffic November 129er Bravo X-ray is taxiing to runway 29er.
Get those on. And 29er. Shall we taxi to the runway? Figure out where 29 is. We'll go this way. Two nine's got to be around here somewhere, right? I mean, it's got to be. I found it. So in the real world, we'd be able to announce that we're back taxiing on runway 20 and runway 29. But we can't do that with default ATC, so... And I have traffic turned off for sake of frames. We're gonna get lined up on the end of the runway here. And then climb to 10,000 feet. Shortly after takeoff, we'll be contacting center. Everything will be very busy right before we initiate our climb, power and such. Windy-ish. Nine-knot crosswind.
Papa Alpha Yankee Alpha traffic November 129er Bravo X-ray taking off runway 29er north departure.
And here we go. Positive rate, gear up. I'm going to trim the airplane here a little bit. Contact Anchorage Center.
Anchorage Center, November 129er Bravo X-ray is at 600, climbing 10,000.
November 129er Bravo X-ray, Anchorage Center, roger. Altimeter 3027. 9er Bravo X-ray, turn left heading 275, proceed on course, climb and maintain 10,000.
Turn left heading 275, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 10,000. 9er Bravo X-ray.
It's 10,000 and I missed the heading. Go back gently. While we're doing this, we'll put it in 850 mode. Which will give us a little bit more power. I'm also going to set the autopilot. Alright, that should take us on up. Couple facts I thought interesting about the TBM 850 here. This is actually the TBM 850 G1000, which comes with these amazing digital screens here. It has this 850 mode right here, which allows us to increase torque. Right? So when it's not in 850 mode, so during takeoff or landing, the engine is actually only making 700 horsepower. So the aircraft began production as a TBM 700N. Thought that was interesting that they later scrapped that name and called it the TBM 850, because I love the name. It kind of rolls off the tongue. The TBM 850 G1000, such as this one, just so happens to have fuel tank extension modifications, which give it a range of 1,519 nautical miles. And this puppy can climb up to 31,000 feet. That's incredible. That's altitudes that jets reach. But, hey, it is what it is, I suppose. It is what it is. So air traffic control here is going to be contacting us in a moment to get us on up to a higher altitude. Not 1,000 feet to go, more like 800. Once we get up to cruise altitude, we will set cruise configuration.
X-ray. Climb and maintain 16,000.
Climb and maintain 16,000. Niner Bravo X-ray.
Alright. Everything seems to be looking good there. About to go through a cloud layer, but that's alright. We can take it. We will, since we are in cold weather though, turn on the de-ice. It's only going to get colder as we climb, so let's prepare. Better to be prepared than not at all. Now that we are above 10,000 feet, we can shut the landing lights off. So what I just did there, that speed hold, that holds the speed according to pitch, and that will cancel once we reach altitude. So the aircraft will just maintain 191 knots all the way up to 16,000 feet. Bit more about the TBM 850 here. It ran its production cycle between 2006 and 2013. The Carenado model is so well detailed you can actually close the shades on this aircraft, and if you close like that one, you can see the shadow there to the left. It actually has an effect on the lighting, which I thought was a pretty awesome detail. You can seat up to 6 back here, which makes it ideal for a business owner. Say they own multiple businesses in a wide area. This aircraft would make it easy for business meetings and things of that nature. So ideal for business. It's fast, it goes up into the altitude, so its cruise is pretty decent. We're climbing at about 1,300 feet or so per minute at 190 knots. Not such a bad ride. It also has 850 horsepower. How can you argue with 850 horsepower?
Niner Bravo X-ray. Climb and maintain flight level 200.
Fine, but our ears are like bleeding right now.
Climb and maintain flight level 200. Niner Bravo X-ray.
Those hotkey buttons are strange. Pretty simple overhead panel. Pretty much where all the magic happens. Just kind of exploring the cockpit here. Checking things out a bit. So TBM have built a new model called the 930. They've been building the 900 series since 2014. The 930 also carries 6 passengers and goes up to 31,000 feet, just like the 850 here. However, it has a max range of 1,730 nautical miles and has a max cruise of 330 knots. Single engine turboprop. Its avionics suite, however, is Garmin's new G3000 touchscreen avionics suite. So it has definitely gotten an avionics upgrade to its sister here, the 850. Well, we're going on up to 20,000 feet, so we'll get some cruising done here, and we'll see you guys for the descent and landing. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a lot. And you'll also get notified of any new content that comes out. Until next time.